Hello, Andrea, and welcome to Accountants Are Sexy, Change My Mind. Now, I'm sure you're not going to change my mind too much because I understand that you're an accountant.
I'm an accountant.
And you are damn sexy.
I believe so. Definitely believe so.
Where I've started with other people that I've interviewed over these podcasts is really about why. Why are you an accountant? And funnily enough, there's so many different answers coming up. So tell me, what's your story?
Okay, so I'm quite unusual. I knew I wanted to be an accountant from the age of 9. Yeah. So my mum told me I was an A-grade student. I was good at maths, and you should be an accountant. Yeah. So I looked it up. What does an accountant do? Then I looked in the Evening Standard. I saw how much accountants were paid. I said, yes, I'm going to be an accountant.
That'll do.
Literally, that was it. And that my whole, I left school, everything, Actually, well, I got pregnant before I even left school. And that the whole dream was, that's not going to stop me. I'm going to be an accountant. And I did that.
See, once again, that's a massively different story to other people. 9 years old.
Yes, yeah. My mum said I was really good at maths, and that was it. She said, "Oh, you should be an accountant." I was like, "What is an accountant?" Looked it up. I said, "Yeah, I'm going to be."
There are no other jobs that deal with numbers.
I'm going to do that. That's me. That's going to be me. I can do that. Which is quite funny because when I was in secondary school and they did these career assessments of what you'd be good at, based on my personality, I shouldn't be an accountant. They told me that's not the job for me, and that because I'm too outgoing. I like to have a laugh. I wasn't straight enough. I wasn't boring enough. I didn't fit the model, that they had in their head for what an accountant should be. And they told me, no, that's not really going to work for you, Andrea, and that. But it does work for me, and it works for how I run my firm. So, yeah.
So what was their perception of what an accountant is then? What is the stereotype?
White, middle-aged old man in glasses and a grey suit.
I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Whatsoever. It just didn't fit my norm, what they expected from me.
Yeah, and they've put this they've put a mold on it and said this is an accountant, and they were really limiting. I mean, I didn't have my options at school weren't anything like what I wanted. I wanted to be a speech therapist of all things. No, don't ask me why. I think it's probably because my mum used to smack me around the head when I was bad language. I don't know. But that wasn't on the options. In fact, the options at school were so limited because they were just cookie cutter, and there was no mix of greys in there at all. That's interesting. So, all right. So you knew at 9.
Yeah.
And then you kind of went through school and college and uni. Is that right? Not uni?
Totally different. So I fell pregnant at 15.
Right.
I had my child. I went to do my A-levels. I dropped out of A-levels after the first year, and then I went to do, back then it was MVQ, Business Administration. I did one of those, and that with an accounting lead on it, went and done that, and got a job in a housing association who then paid for me to study in the evenings.
Oh, interesting.
And that. So never went to uni. I did it all. I did AAT and went through that route and then did my CIMA.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that was paid for by my employer. So
what a lovely entry point for you. Well done then.
Definitely. And it's the way that I employ my staff also. Like, just because you've got a degree doesn't mean that you're going to be a great accountant. I don't go down that norm at all. I prefer all my staff to have an AAT background, and then go on and do their further studies that way. And that I just feel they have a better basis and understanding of the profession and understanding of the work that they're going to be doing when they do that, rather than going to uni, because we've employed people that way before, going to uni and then getting all these exemptions from their ACCA and then doing a couple more papers and then becoming an accountant. I don't like that route. I don't find that they're the better accountants and the route that I've taken, and I feel that's because I've done it that way as well, doing the AAT and then doing my CIMA and doing things that way. I prefer that model of accountant then. Well,
you're able to then give them the experience they need to kind of bolster like the skills that they have, like they're trying to develop, I guess.
without a doubt. The way the practice is run here, we everyone does their AAT, and they're getting all the grounding, and they just go through the ranks. So you'll start here as a junior bookkeeper, and you're trained that way. So everybody does bookkeeping here first before they go up through the ranks, become accounts associate, senior, semi-senior, senior accounts associate, and then we've just made one of the girls that's been with me for a very long time. She's become associate director here with me now.
Awesome. That's
Yeah,
really
and they
lovely.
did AAT first.
Yeah. So how long have you been going, Andrea?
18 years. So I had my business since 2003.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was me on my own for 11 years.
Okay.
And that, just plodding through it, doing 18-hour days, 7 days a week, not wanting to share any of the rewards, and then I decided,
All the worry, all the stress, I'll take it all.
all the money, nobody's getting any of this money, I'm just going to work damn hard, and that, but then you can't even enjoy the money because you're just working all the time. So then I employed my first person in 2011, 2013, one of them, 11 years now. So that'd be 2014, I employed my first employee, and yeah, I've just grown the business from then. So currently there's 9 of us in the office, including myself.
So your role in the business must have changed somewhat over the past 11 years.
I haven't touched tax for the last 4 years. My job is sales. My job is to get new clients in and just keep the clients sweet.
Is that a good thing? Is that the direction you wanted to go in? Is that a natural progression for you, or is it something that you've had to, is outside of your comfort zone?
Not at all. I worked so hard at the beginning of my business journey that, yeah, I feel that now my job is literally, I'm a great delegator. I pass work over quite with no issues, you know, pass it over. The team get on with it. And it's a proper team in there. They really work together a lot. And literally my job is just get new clients.
Yeah. Yeah,
and that's what I do now, literally, is get new clients, and the team look after the client. Yeah, the team look after the clients. Once they're on board, I hand them over.
So marketing is obviously a really important function to you. When you say, as that's your role, how far and how deep do you go into your marketing with regards to the brand, the website, your content? Tell me about your experience.
Right. So about 3 years ago, me and my office manager did a marketing course, and because we wanted to expand the practice some more, and we didn't know how. It became stagnant. We didn't know how to move it any further than what it was going. So we did the marketing course, and then we started niching our business. Well, we didn't niche our business. We niched our marketing. So we decided who the people were that we wanted to work with, and we started working more with tradesmen, artisans. We've got a lot of property clients, and we've also got a lot of entertainers. Those who we like to work with, but we actually work with anybody. Yeah. And we've got quite normal manufacturing businesses and stuff on our books as well, retail businesses and that. But we started to niche our marketing so that we could get more of the clients that we liked on board, and we learned that through our marketing course that we did. So
this is like music to my ears, Andrea.
Training. So we did a whole year course on marketing. Fantastic. And me and my office manager, and so it's worked with that. We rebranded our website, and we've got a whole brand. You know, you will know Accounts Navigator. The colours that are in the pictures, that is on all our branding. We have a company car that's got all that branding all over it. Our headed paper, everything. Our branding works for us. Everybody knows it's Accounts Navigator.
Yeah. And this is so underestimated, undervalued. People think, oh, it's just a mug. Oh, it's just some branding on a car. This is just a jumper. It isn't. It's part of a collective. Exactly. It's part of you, you know, and the more you show you, the more recognised you'll be, and the more people will trust you.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it's all about, right? Building the trust.
Definitely. So that's something like, especially when we're getting the new clients on board. A lot of my clients, I talk to them like they're my mates. I'm very down to earth. We're very personable here. We're not that accountant that you come to at the end of the year. You're not coming to us with your bank receipts for the last 12 months.
Not without a sharp telling off, anyway.
Literally, we work on you on a regular basis. We talk to our clients at least once a month, and that we work because our emphasis is not just about doing your tax returns and sending that off to HMRC. That's just what we have to do. But our business is about growing other people's businesses. So that's what we like to do. So we're big into the management accounts and giving advice and helping their business grow. Because my philosophy is the bigger you grow, the more I can charge you. So, and I tell them that, and they love it. Just how you laugh there, you know, they love it. And our whole aim is to make the business grow.
Totally. I'm like, shut up and take my money. Like, help me grow.
Yeah, we're big on that. Yeah, so it's always, you know, help that business grow. You know, I teach the team, you know, you've got to talk to them, you've got to understand what their business is, you know what they're doing, you know, don't just be ringing them and asking them for a piece of paper that's missing, that you haven't got their bank statement. You need to understand what they're doing, what's happened in the last week, how things are going, is there anything more that we can do for you, and that. And then, you know, our clients have regular meetings with us, so that we have management account meetings on a regular basis, and just so that they can understand their figures. It's really important. I always tell my clients, you can't grow your business if you don't understand the figures in your business. So
totally, absolutely. As a non-accounting professional, I understand accounting from the marketing point of view. I still don't understand what it is you do because I've never done it. And I don't want to understand either. It's definitely not for me. But when I'm asked for something, it sounds foreign. You know, it sounds foreign, it sounds scary, it sounds like it's something that I'm going to need to invest my time in. And that, for me, is why you need a good accountant in your life, because they're the ones that say it's not scary, it's not time consuming, here's the path, you know, you get it done. And all of a sudden, accounting for me becomes bloody magical, because it enables you to see your business from a different perspective rather than just being scared. And I think so many business owners are just sitting there scared.
And that my clients are scared. They're not, because literally from they've met me, and that I believe they stand for my personality alone, never mind the work that I'm going to do for you, and that, you know, I like to have fun. And so I have fun with their figures, you know, and just let them understand that, you know, the importance of, you know, understanding what they're actually doing, why they're spending the money, is it necessary to spend that money, and that, but we're personable. So in that sense, that we're always talking to them, we're always just trying to encourage them to do better so that they grow because of my philosophy.
So when you were at school and you were told accounting's not for you, because of your excited personality, like, what would you say to them now? How much of your personality, and it sounds like it's a lot, how much of your personality is in your business?
I would say 90% of my business is my personality. Literally, I know I sign clients because I'm fun. I get along with most people. So literally, I can have, like, I get really upset when I can't break someone. Like, they'll come in here and they're just really serious and you know, when I see them like that, I'm like, I'm going to break you.
You start poking them.
And they do. I'm known for when someone's in my office, the team are sitting there, and they'll time how long before the hyena laughing starts coming out of the office, and that, because I like to I want my clients to be comfortable, so that they can trust me, because I'm here to help, and so for them to do that, I need them to relax, listen to what I'm trying to say to them, and that, because it's only going to help them in the long run, and so, but in a way that it's fun, and not to be scared, and HMRC are just another business as far as I'm concerned, and then you've got to pay them money, but this is how we're going to do it, so it's always about their business and what they're going to do and how we're going to build them, and, you know, just make them feel excited about their business, and that, because if they're excited, that they're just going to do a lot better than normal. Obviously, we put everything in place that needs to be put in place, and that, but they've got to be excited about their business to help them grow it.
And it's not always easy, you know. Sometimes there's a massive amount of pressure that comes with running and owning a business and scaling a business, particularly, you know, that you get so many more worries. Everything you do is new and initially, and to have someone there to hold your hand is, well, I don't think I could do without it, actually.
No, and It's needed, and people need to understand that we're not just here to calculate your tax. You know, your accountant should be your business advisor, just helping you along the way. You know, we're not just here to calculate that tax figure so that you can pay the tax man. That's not our job. Yeah, I think an accountant's job is to help you grow. Yeah, and you know, that's what we do.
So with that in mind, then there is the advisory buzzword going around at the moment, and some accountants have got the real arse with it, and some accountants are embracing it. Do you think that the future is accountants plus advisory, or do you think there's still a place for compliance only?
Well, you're going to have to do compliance, yeah, because not everybody can press that button. Xero and QuickBooks, all these press a button, your accounts are done. Load of rubbish. That doesn't work, yeah. You've got to be able to put the right information into those softwares for it to come out correct and you pay the correct amount of tax, yeah. And that's what we specialise in doing for them. Advisory makes me laugh. That's how I started my business. My background is management accounting.
Yeah,
I used to work in industry before I had my own practice. So my job in industry was as a management accountant, financial controller. It was always about building that business. Yeah, so completing the figures, getting their figures done, looking at the reports and making sure what can we do next to move on to the next stage for that business. And that, so when I opened my practice, that's what I implemented. I'd never worked in practice, so I didn't have the bog standard. I didn't know how they worked. I just implemented what I thought what the accountant should be doing for the client, and I based that on what I did in industry, and that each individual business. But I'm doing it now for loads of businesses, and that from my practice. And so all these buzzwords that come around, I've been doing that for 18 years. That's how I set up my practice at the very beginning. Yeah. And I laugh now when I see all this. Like, I've been doing that for ages. Like, you know, I didn't realise that an accountant just calculated tax and sent you on your merry way. That's not what I did when I set up my practice 18 years ago. That's not what I did. I'm doing what everyone thinks is the new thing to do now. It's not what I did from the very beginning. And
there are definitely plenty of accountants out there that just stick to accountants. You see them once a year, you hand them a bag of receipts, you know, and they do it, and that's all they do. There's definitely they're definitely there. Some people say they need to move into advisory situations. Do they?
They can stay where they are. It leaves them more clients for me. You know,
more money, more money.
Like, literally, you know, they can stay where they are. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. And that, but for me, that would be boring. Like. That doesn't work for me. What I loved about my job when I was in industry is that there was more to me just calculating the numbers. We use those numbers to do something, to grow, and that's what I implement. It was always about using the numbers to grow and do something. And so, like I said, when I set up the practice, that's what I did. I didn't have any different method to do it with. So those that think that, you know, it's just about calculating the tax, that's a sideline. We calculate tax all day long for everybody. That's not an issue. And that, but the important thing is growth. And should they step into advisory? If their personality can take it, then so be it. But
this was my point. I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and I said not everybody should step into an advisory role. I think to be a consultant, you have to be able to not just interpret the numbers, you have to be able to tell the stories and put the stories into context as well. And quite frankly, some people don't have that capacity because their brains are wired really differently. So they don't have that creativity, gregariousness, I don't know, the mix of that.
Definitely. But that suits me.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like it does, if I'm honest. I've only just met you, Andrea.
It suits me, Kelli. I literally, like I said, I've been doing it from day dot. So it's not something I'm moving into, it's how I set up in the first place. And those that want to stick with compliance and doing what they do, and that's what they're comfortable with.
And that's the clients they need to go after as well. Now, you have a very clear idea, and I love the fact that you talked about niching your marketing. You niche your practice, but you niche your marketing to make that resonate more, which is fabulous. And not enough people understand and do that. But the compliance only guys, they need to go after clients that just want compliance. And I think there are enough businesses for everybody.
There is. There's loads of clients around, and you know, we have the odd client that's not interested in our reports, not interested in meetings and stuff, but they just want to make sure that they get their tax done and whatever. That's fine. And that, and you know, if there's accountants out there that just want to do that, then yeah, definitely clients out there that just want that, you know. But you know, Accounts Navigator are a different brand altogether.
So let's talk about the goals that you've set yourself. 18 years in business, you seem to be doing a fabulous job, growing a fabulous team. What goals have you set yourself to achieve?
Okay, so the accountancy side of the business runs itself. And so this year we decided to step into training. So we are becoming a training provider. And so we're setting up Accounts Navigator Academy and that. So we're doing training for business training for people that want to just understand their accounts. So they might not want to sign up to great services that we offer, but they need a better understanding. So we're going to do a business course for them so they understand their figures and how to use those figures to help them grow. And then we're also going to do AAT training. And that for people and just do some small short courses. And then beyond that, the people that we then train, we're then going to be Accounts Navigator recruitment so that we can then forge them out. And that's where we're taking the business next. Like I said, Accounts Navigator Associates runs itself. Yeah, we've got a method, the system works, the clients love it, the team get on with that. My two senior people in the business are both doing a teacher training degree at the moment now, PCG or whatever they call it. They're doing some teacher training so that they can actually be called trainers and teachers, and they're doing that at the moment to top up their qualification so that they can now teach accountancy.
And that's amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask, do you like to set small, manageable goals or big, hairy ones? But I think you've just blown it out the water, and you've just gone, yeah, no, I like doing it all.
You know, you can be in your job a long time. You can get bored, and you know, it's the same thing day in, day out. You know, maybe a different face in front of you, but it still counts. You know, like I said, we try and make it as fun as possible. But I've done that. So now it's what can we do next and where can we take this next? And the reason we chose to do the training academy was because, like I said, I find it hard to find good quality team members. When we are looking for a new employee in the business, it takes months to find somebody, and that we don't use recruitment agencies because we find them too expensive for what they're actually doing, and that. But we actually find it hard to find the right type of individual. And when you think you found someone, and then they come and they do because we have a trial day, they come and do their trial day, and then you think, where's that, you know, that qualification that you claim that you've got and that you've got, you know, doesn't resonate in the work that you can produce. And that, so for us, it was like, I know my team was solid, and that I know that their AAT was great grounding. I know that those who have gone on to ACCA or CIMA, their study is solid. Yeah, and I just want to be able to give that, and they have great work experience here. They get a good range of clients to work with, and so they learn lots more. And I just wanted to make sure that we could bring people in into my business as well as to other practices or other industry, you know, in industry and that, and just
creating opportunity, it sounds like.
And that for them, and that's what I wanted to do. So that's why we decided to do the academy. And then from that we said, oh yeah, well, once we've got them, we can then start recruiting them out. that was the idea.
How systemized then is your business? How much flexibility do your staff have, or have you systemized everything?
Literally, we're pretty systemized. We've got a lot of software packages that we use. We have, you know, we've got a payroll specialist in here, we've got bookkeepers here, then you've got the senior tax consultants who are the client managers and look after the clients day to day. My office manager does all my marketing, and she has an admin assistant that helps her do all that. And so everything's just covered. And that's, you know, everything's covered. And like, they like to tell me that I don't need to be here and that, and, you know, why are you in here? Because like when I'm in my office, they're all in one office. and that they work fantastically together, and they are their own mini family, and that's why they spend a lot of time together. Like bank holiday weekend, they were all in Manchester together, like all of it, all 8 of them were up in Manchester together.
That's a good team.
Yeah. And so because they are such a solid team, and we do have all our systems in place, the job just ticks over for everybody. You know, we don't do overtime here. I can't tell the last time we've had to do overtime, and that because everybody fits, you know, gets their job done in the allotted time, and that clients are happy.
Not even in like tax self-assessment season, no.
That season starts on the 6th of April. Like, people always say about self-assessment season, and like, well, what is that? You know, you can file your tax return from the 6th of April. What are you talking about? Like, 31st of January is the deadline. Yeah. You can file your tax return from the 6th of April.
At any point. Yeah, the books are closed anyway.
We don't have a tax return season. We don't have it. We literally don't have it. It doesn't exist to us. Because that's not how we work. Not leaving everything to the last minute. I'm not doing it all in January. That's crazy.
I want to enjoy my Christmas. Thanks very much.
Like, we have a system. You do the year, literally within 3 months of the year end, the corp tax and the statutory accounts, all that has to be done. And that, and because we're working on you throughout the whole of the year, literally on your year end date, within that month we could do your year end. It's not, it's never an issue. That's always the case. We can get it done within 28 days of your year end. Year end
sounds far more appealing than how some accountants describe it. And I've seen all kinds of methods about how to manage self-assessments. There was one last year, and it's a lovely way, don't get me wrong, this is a really pretty way to manage it, but they put balloons up in the office and they just burst a balloon every time they did a self-assessment. And as a visual, it's great, but the stress must be overwhelming.
Don't be stressed. When, no one's allowed to be stressed in here. I'd rather, like, I know in some practices, you know, they say that people work really long hours, and we actually don't work like that. I'd rather hire another team member and be happy. I want my team to be happy when they come to work.
Spread the love.
I learned that actually from a client. Like, he ran his office. I model myself off of him, literally. He was one of my first clients. And the way he ran his office, and, you know, the team, they respected him, they loved him, but he looked after them, you know, and, you know, I've modeled myself on him, and literally I feel that I have a really good team because of the way I manage them and let them manage themselves. I'm no tyrant. You know, I don't believe in being like that with your staff. You know, we have we don't have a dress policy. You know, come to work as you feel. And that, but only, you know, if you've got a meeting, dress as the client. And that's
dress appropriate.
Dress as the client. If the client is a jeans and trainers man, come in jeans and trainers because you want to feel comfortable. If they're going to come in a suit and you know they're suited and booted, today you've got to wear a suit.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And I like the variety as well. And I like the flexibility, because let's face it, there's some days where you just need to dress down and you need to just stick a hoodie on and just like curl up at your desk and get on with stuff.
Literally. I mean, you know, that they literally, you know, there'll be days where, you know, we've got no meetings and therefore they're all in their tracksuits. And that, it's fine. For me, it makes no difference. I don't believe what you wear determines on your capabilities of what you can actually do. And that, it doesn't work like that. So
no, I'm pleased to hear you say that. I've got the same belief.
I just want them to be comfortable, and if they're comfortable, they're happy. And if they're happy, they pump out the work.
Exactly. And the wheels turn.
That's how it's worked.
Let's talk about your marketing. You've obviously got a lot of support in the office, and you're ahead of the game when it comes to understanding marketing. So would you say your marketing system is sophisticated? And has it always been this way, or when did it change?
Since we've done our marketing training.
You've got, hold on a minute.
Since we've done our marketing training, literally we've implemented what we learned. It's become quite a doddle. I can't even take credit for any of it, because between the office manager and the admin, they do all the social media, they update the website, they write the blogs, their research is great, they're brilliant, and that their knowledge is so on point, and that they're just good at what they do, and I let them get on with it, and literally.
And what kind of stuff are you writing about?
Okay.
Or are they writing about?
Well, you know, Boris decided shout out to everyone that got 1.25% increase in national insurance today, and literally that went up straight away on our social media, you know, things like that. And then there'll be a blog written about that at some point this week. So we've got more detail for the clients, and that will be put on our website. And that's
so you're quite good at responding to topics that are coming up.
Yeah, and like with MTD for the income tax self-assessment people, that's all coming in, so we're going to be talking a lot more about that, so people are ready and prepared, things like that. So anything that's coming up, and then for instance, like I said, we like to work with entertainers, and we like to work with property, artisan, tradesmen, and so we actually have our own newsletter to their individual people, with a monthly newsletter that goes out generally to everybody, and so it's just keeping people informed about what we're doing as a business, and also what's going out there in the world, and and that's what we like to pump out, and I feel that's helped my marketing, just giving out the information, and people just come to you because you're always giving out the information. So
absolutely, staying front of mind, keeping the trust, and also I think something that people tend to miss is it's making sure that your clients are not looking at your competitors because you haven't noticed there's a void. So if you're always in contact with them and you're always present, they always come to you and there are no voids. And that's what people miss with accountants. They think, oh, this problem here is not being fixed, and I don't want to ask my accountant. I can't ask my accountant, or I don't feel comfortable, and therefore they go to another accountant and they get lost. Yeah, they go to you.
Literally, it's, but you know, I get really upset when a client leaves because I'm like, what did we do wrong? Like, thorough investigation, what went wrong? Like, because people don't leave us. Like, I've had my clients for a long time, and we're bringing clients on board now, and we want them to be here forever also. I'm not going to give them a chance to leave. Like you said, we're always in contact, so there is no chance for them to leave, you know. And we're always asking, is there anything else we can do for you? You know, you've got your package, and everyone has a bespoke package based on what they need, and but like, you know, is there anything else that we can do for you? And I had a call today. One of my clients just called to say, like, I've lost this big contract. Where can I get some more money from? And so now we're looking at recovery grants and stuff like that for him, recovery loan and stuff for him. But he's come to us immediately as soon as he's lost his contract because he needs to plug that hole. And he's straight to us. And we don't lend money out, but he's come to me to help him get whatever he needs to plug that hole.
It's almost like a privilege, isn't it? You know, you just feel privileged that they've come to you, and I'm like, yeah, I'll help you.
They don't worry, I'll sort that out for you, and they do. Literally, I'm here to solve their problems, and that's what we do. Accounts Navigator solves your problems. I
love it. Strapline, I'm digging it. So, with going back to your marketing, your website, people have varying different opinions on websites. Does yours work for you? And if it does, why? Or if it doesn't, why?
Okay, so we redid the website about 3 years ago. And what we did notice, because I had a website before that, I was always on, you put me in Google, accountants in Essex, accountants in Waltham Abbey, you'd find us. That wasn't happening with the new website. And then we realised that we didn't have enough written content. It looked great, but there wasn't written content. But we've realised that, and literally we're doing a lot more writing. This is where we started writing our blogs. So we do a blog a week and stuff. And so just making sure that it's up to date all the time. We know what we need to do to get it, you know, for it to move up the rankings and stuff. And so we're always working on the website. It's not something that we've just made and then it's just going to sit there stagnant and just no, it doesn't do that. We're on the website all the time. They're always in the WordPress, updating it, adding blogs, you know, changing information and that. I mean, this morning I had a meeting with my office manager and the admin, and they were saying they want to change this. They want to, like, because I had 2 meetings this morning and they said to me, oh, I noticed that you're a niched accountancy practice. You only deal with entertainers and property. I was like, well, no, we deal with everybody. These are the people we like to work with, but we're dealing with everyone. So I've mentioned that to the team. And so now we're going to change it, because when you go onto the website, it says we're specialising in entertainment and property and artisan. And people think that's all we do.
Yeah.
Whereas not, we're dealing with entrepreneurs, people that want to build and grow their business. So we need to put that out first. And
Yeah.
that then
It's almost like we're a specialist accountants, we love working with these people, but it's not, we're restricted. And this is where niching, like, and choosing a focus for me becomes really frustrating when I'm talking to other accountants. I'm like, yes, you can deal with everybody, but just tell me who you want to deal with. Who do you want to get into your business? Who do you have the most fun with? Who gives you the most money? You know, who is the easiest to work with? Tell me those people.
we want all the entertainers.
All the entertainers, please come my way.
Literally, yeah, we have most fun with our entertainers, literally.
What's so good about entertainers, apart from the fact that they're entertaining?
That, on top of that, literally, they're so creative that they are just not interested in their accounting side of their business, and you know, we plug that hole for them, and so it gets done. You know, they're quite happy to hand over absolutely everything to us because they just don't want to deal with it. And so for us, when you've got a hold of everything, yeah, it makes the account so much easier. You can then tell them so much more about their business and where they're going and what they should be doing next. And that some companies like to hold on to things for themselves, and then, you know, and then we've only got this bit to do and this bit to do, and then we're fighting with them to get that bit of information and stuff. Yeah. With the entertainers, they don't want no admin. They don't want they don't want nothing to do with their accounts. Yeah, they're just not interested. And for us, it's just that they're easy to manage, and basically they give us the work and they listen to what you've got to say because they haven't got a clue. They just don't know that side of business. They're not interested in business. Yeah, they're interested in doing what their craft is.
Yeah, and isn't that a perfect relationship? It's like symbiotic, you know.
It works great, and plus, then you know, some perks with working with the entertainers as well.
I'm sure there is. Why were the girls up in Manchester again?
Literally, the entertainers, they're good. We've got quite a few comedians on our books, so we get to go to a lot of shows and stuff like that. And we've got a lot of the grime artists.
Nice.
And that because one of my senior accountants here went to school with lots of them.
Yeah.
And so he brings them in here all the time, and so we've got quite a few of those on our books, and it's just nice teaching the youngsters that have no knowledge about what they really need to know if they want to go far, you know, and utilize the money. A lot of them with the musicians, they're making money, and they're making a lot of money, but they're not spending it right. And so we're teaching them, like, you know, put your money in the right places, do the right thing. You know, it might not be here forever. You may be a great artist now, and people are spending, and you're getting all these retainers and all this money up front and stuff like that now. That might not last forever. You could be gone tomorrow. So what you've got, you need to utilize correctly now to make it work for you later on. And so we teach our clients things like that. And when it comes to entertainers, musicians, they listen because it's not their forte. They don't know.
Yeah, so and also they see the value in you, because what you're saying is, like, your money, you need that to go into your future, and it's not just be spent on goodness knows what today. Actually, this could set you up. You know, this could be your house, your children, your marriage, whatever. It's all there for the taking. That's exciting stuff.
Yeah, within the entertainers, they listen. Whereas I find sometimes with other business owners, because they're in business, that they actually think they're accountants.
Yeah.
They know what we're doing, and they know how to do it, and you can't actually teach them nothing. Well, I know I can teach them plenty, but they don't want to, because they know it all already, because I run a business.
I've done profit and loss in my degree. I'm not interested in doing it anymore.
I hear that. It's not the most exciting, but we can make it exciting for you.
Yeah. As I say, accountants for me are on a pedestal. This is one of the reasons why I'm working in this industry. I think you're all phenomenal at what you do, and I get excited. I just don't want to do the job. So once again, symbiotic relationships here. So there's been a load of changes in the industry. You've been in it 18 years, so you've seen it all.
Yeah.
So how are you with the speed that the tech is changing? How even the accountants these days who are coming up through the ranks, their marketing has changed. I mean, you have brought your personality in this for the last 18 years, but that hasn't always been the way, right? Or am I wrong?
No, definitely not. And that social media was the one that killed me, because I actually hate social media.
Really?
I hate it. I'm not into it. I'm not into everybody knowing my goddamn business. Like, I know what they're saying now. You have to do all these videos, and it's very rare that you'll see me up on camera. I'm not up on camera. I'm great one-to-one. I'm great talking to individuals. I'm not that person. I don't want to be at the front of the stage talking to 1,000 people. That's not me. And so I actually find social media quite intimidating, because you have to bring in your personal life and that. And I don't want to bring my personal life into everything that I do, and that my personal life I actually want to keep personal to me. And
your real life stuff.
Yeah. And whereas I find with social media you have to do both.
Yeah.
And that you have to bring your personal life into your business and let everybody know what you're doing, where you're going, what you're doing, what you drank for tea, all those things. And that's not really me. And that, in that sense, I'm great, I'm fun, but I don't need you to know all my goddamn business.
Yeah.
And so I find social media really difficult. But then I have a young team. Yeah, and so they're up for the social media. They love social media, and so I literally leave it in the hands of the youngsters in the business to get on with it. They're quite happy to do it, and that they drag me in for whatever I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that if I have to be up front, if I have to say something, they'll film you doing something or whatever, and that. But
and then they'll take care of it.
Yeah, they'll deal with it. I leave it to them.
So how was it giving them that responsibility? And did you, because you said 11 years ago, you're like, no, I want everything and I'm not going to give you any of it. Then to relinquish.
What I said was I wanted all the money.
Oh, just the money.
Great delegator.
So that's
anyone. I wanted the money for myself. But the benefit of employing people is that literally you get 40 hours of their week.
Yeah. And
they're working, dedicating their life to your business, and they're helping your business grow. And so that's what I get. I'm a great delegator. I'm quite happy to delegate the work out to my team.
Yeah.
And they will get on with it. They know what they have to do. They know the expectations, and they know how this firm runs, how I want it to run, how I want my clients to feel. They know all that, and so they'll deliver that.
And how do they know that? Is it something that you've sat them down and taught them, or is it this is a more of a cultural thing that has just been developed? How have they got that message?
Okay, so I reckon it's a cultural thing. I mean, like I said, our interviewing process takes forever. Everybody is involved in the interview. Everyone in this office, if I was to employ someone tomorrow, all 8 of them would be in part of the interview and interviewing that individual, because they are a family. And if they're not going to get on with the rest of them that are in there, then you can't work here. You could be the best accountant in the world, but if you can't get on with my team that are there and that have built my business with me and helped my business to grow, then you can't work here. And so it's a cultural thing. They all get on really well, and you could, like I said, you could be the best brain, but if you've got no personality, you can't be here. If you're not going to get in with the rest of them, you can't be here. If out of the 8, if 6 of them liked them, 2 of them didn't, you can't get in. It needs to be 8 out of 8.
Yeah, that's incredible. I almost want to come and test myself against the team. Did I make it?
It's important to me that you get on, because you are working so closely together.
Yeah.
And if you are not happy with somebody else in the office, then you're not going to perform well for my clients. And it's really important that you perform well for the client, and that you get the work done, and to make sure my client's happy. If my client's happy, my client's going to pay me. And if and it's just a roll-on effect. You understand? And I tell them, the more clients we get, we've got goals, we've got targets. I say, well, if you want this, we need to do this.
That's where I was going to lead on, really. How much do you involve them in your goal setting and as a part of the business? Now, I've worked with other businesses and they don't share their goals. They don't share the vision, which I find astounding, but they expect the staff to do all of the work, and energetically so. But it sounds like you really bring them into your strategy and your direction and build them. You're all building together.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything we do in this office is a team effort. Yeah, so we have our staff meeting every Monday, talk about the clients, and we set goals for ourselves for the end of the week, what we've got to achieve, what we've got to do. You know, like I said, if we was employing someone, all of us would be part of that interview. You know, I'm going to come out of this podcast, I'm going to go in there and tell everybody about what we spoke about and what I said, and they'll laugh and joke about it. And then, oh God, Andrea, here you go again. Personality.
You wait till it's out.
They are part of everything that we do. We do it together. Yeah. And that I am not your typical manager in the sense that I sit here barking orders, telling everybody what they can do from what they can't do. It doesn't work like that at all.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a bums on seat place at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wouldn't work for me.
So hold on, bear with me just one moment. I'm gonna if you don't mind hurrying up, please. Thank you. I'm just gonna cut that bit out.
No worries.
Anyway, that's my daughter coming back from the first day at sixth form.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. One child.
I've got two. One's in college, one's in sixth form now. So fairly sure my parenting's done.
It's definitely done.
Right. I'm going to get back to the thing. There's only one question that I would like to ask you, just to wrap up this wonderful interview. Actually, Andrea, thank you very much for coming on and being my guest. Why or what is it that makes accountants sexy?
Okay, so we're not just sexy, we're magicians. Yeah, we make shit happen. Yeah, we make things happen. You know, so like I said, as an accountant, we're not just here to plug your numbers for you and for you to pay your tax. There's nothing sexy about that. Yeah, but helping somebody grow and be what they want to be and make them achieve their goals, I think is sexy. You understand? Making making a person happy is sexy. Yeah, and I do that. We do that in my office. We're here to make our clients happy, for them to achieve their goals, and just for them to feel good, wake up in the morning and be excited about what they're doing, and that we do that here. That's our job. Yeah, so for me that's sexy. Yeah, waking up. Yeah, definitely, and that's what we do. And so for me it's more than just numbers. There's more to it than just numbers and calculating tax. That's the sideline. For me it's always about helping businesses to grow, and if you can't that should make you happy, that your business is growing, that you're getting to where you want to be, you're achieving your goals, and for me all that makes you sexy.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much. And just before we go, if people want to find out a bit more about you and connect with you, obviously LinkedIn is where we connected. Is that a good place for people to find you?
Yeah, we're on LinkedIn. So Accounts Navigator Associates is the company on LinkedIn. And then you've got Andrea L Richards on LinkedIn, or you can find us on Instagram, Accounts Navigator, all one word. And then you can find us on Facebook, Accounts Navigator Associates. And then you can find us on Twitter, Accounts Navigator.
Pop into the office, have a cup of tea.
We're here. Our door is always open. Literally 8:30 to 5:30. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
So accountsnavigator.com.